And we're back once again, friends, to the show, Victor Escalante Live. We have joining us today remotely Jose Monterrosa and Dr. Michelle Wickmandy. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey,
Let's go ahead and dive into our topic for today, the future of PR. So who's going to start us off?
uh, I can start.
Go for it.
Very interesting study. I guess it's rare for at least for me to run into something like this, but it provides a lot of insights about what's going on right now in regards to PR, PR specialists working in agencies, and also the PR professionals working in large firms, I guess.
Yes.
So
And
this is
government agencies.
and okay, and this
Yes.
is a report that is pretty much generated by this company that does something very similar to Meltwater, which is pretty much having a database of journalists across the country, having the features of sending out press releases. So, I mean, anyone that works in PR knows how these work. The company's Muckrack, and yeah, I mean, it's very. There's a few things that I would like to talk about in regards to the findings, but Michelle, I don't know how you feel about the report.
Well, I looked at the report, and it's very similar to the report that PR Newswire put out recently. So they did a similar report. And I think that the thing to keep in mind is these studies look at a variety of industries. So B2B, B2C, oil, gas, healthcare, retail, and whatnot. So I think that's one of the things to keep in mind as we discuss what they found. This is across the board and not focused on one particular industry.
Gotcha. Okay.
One of
So
the things that got my attention since we've been talking about AI is how
mhm,
PR professionals are now embracing AI, and there's an increase in forecast in using AI in their job performance.
that's what it looks like by reading the report, right? Like they are embracing it, and I guess having access to more resources.
Yes.
It's one of the things that they mentioned there. Uh, which to me, if I'm a guy working in an PR agency, I will be thinking very carefully about AI and what it can do in the short term and then in the long term. So, uh, but interesting to see that they are embracing it instead of being scared about it, right? You can expect people to be scared, especially people that work in this industry, to be scared about AI, but they are, according to the report, they are embracing it. So, so that's good. Positive news, I guess.
I would have to say, when it comes to AI, though, it's another tool, right? So we
Hmm.
have various tools in our toolbox that we use, and AI is another one of those tools. I don't think it's going to replace us, right? Because we know the client better and we know the industry better. AI is not to the point where you can rely on it 100% or maybe even 75%. Sometimes it has limitations to the amount of research that it can pick up, statistics that it can gather. So it's still a tool for us to use in our toolbox, but it's not something that is going to deliver a product that is 100% and ready to, be. It's not a fully baked deliverable.
You agree
Yeah.
with our commentary, Jose, based upon our conversation with Philip?
Yeah. Well, let's talk about that because let me give you one example of how this. If I work in Meltwater or any other companies like that, and I have a good understanding of how AI can work or the capabilities behind it, I will say that, you know what, if ChatGPT allows me to have my own ChatGPT customized to
Yes.
whatever needs I have, I could replace this service, like ModRack, because if I have access to a database of reporters, uh, I can use that customized chat GPT to actually be my tool of choice for finding reporters nationwide if I wanted to. So the capabilities of having access to that type of AI tools, I think, can replace some of these platforms that are out there. I don't know how you feel about it, Victor.
I think people are losing their job and will continue to lose their job. Now, we're splitting hairs here,
Uh-huh.
and I don't mean to be controversial just for the sake of being controversy. Uh, what Michelle just commented is correct in the
Mhm.
context of you still need a creative person, you still need a human for quality control, and even there, so long as you have the right library of data, you now have quality control manager bots that supervise other bots based upon the technology that is already in place. So the short answer is yes, some people are being replaced. The long answer is no. You cannot replace certain specialized areas of knowledge because
Mhm.
again the quality of the automation is going to be based upon the library of data that the bot is able to access.
And
And
and you're
go ahead,
exactly
Michelle.
right, Victor. So what I meant was for recent research, if you're doing a press release and want to add a compelling statistic, you're doing a case study and you're looking for specific facts, compelling statistics, ChatGPT may not pick that up, or it may not word it in the way that it may not frame it correctly. And this is where the professional still has to
Yes,
step in and massage it.
correct.
I, I think that we can see AI in different ways for content generation, for research purposes, and I'm just going to name three. And the third one being a very useful tool for customizing the work that you are doing. Some people may just use it to, hey, I need to find some ideas about, how to write this paragraph or how to tweak the content on this press release. Other people may, like in my case, I try to maximize it in different ways, and the more that I am allowed to tweak this tool to serve my specific purposes, well, that's even better because right now I don't need an army of 20 people
Yeah,
uh, to do this job. I just
yeah.
need to have access to this tool, or maybe someone else can be helping me on this. But that's about it. Uh,
Yeah.
and and
So I'll
and
say
the
one
fact that
comment, and I'd like to go ahead and do a deeper dive into the report. You
Mhm.
guys shared with you that I just completed writing a book. What was interesting in the and it was completely edited on ChatGPT 4.
Mhm.
The edition, obviously, it was original writing, but the editing was done through ChatGPT 3 or 4.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
what I found out is that late into the book is that that cannot be copyrighted. So, in order to have a copyrighted product, what I had to do is to hire a live editor that, again, is an expert in
Mhm.
literature to scrub it and to humanize the copy. I'm still way ahead of the game when it comes to the start to finish process. And I think it's going to be a phenomenal product once it comes out because, again, I'm leveraging AI, but still using a literary expert that can go in and humanize the copy.
And I think you
And
make a great point, Victor. So AI did the heavy work. It
Yes.
did what we normally would have done. We would have considered the first two rounds of editing or the
Correct.
first two rounds of editing. The tool does an excellent job of doing that. And then you bring the expert in that does the higher, that does the, like you say, humanizing it,
Yes.
putting the content into your voice, using your word choice and phrasing. And that is right. You still need the human to do that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And being the AI lover that I
You're a junkie, okay? Let's be honest.
okay. You can add your own style by just
Yes.
customizing that
Yes.
chat GPT. So, I mean,
But I found
yeah.
a limit, Jose. Yes, you can. I mean, I can tell it. Right, edit this like one of the famous writers, Hemingway. Okay, per se.
Uh-huh.
But
Uh-huh.
still, it's not my voice. And like Michelle said, a literary agent or excuse me, literary editor is going to understand your word choice and adjectives and verbs and the sentence structure. But let's move on to the report. What else did
Yeah.
you guys find interesting about this?
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn is king. That's why we're here. We're
Yeah.
here on LinkedIn.
Twitter is gone, I guess,
Yes.
as the platform of choice
Yes.
for managing those relationships with journalists.
Yes.
Uh, it looks I that was a surprise to me. I use LinkedIn, but the fact that it's coming out on a report like this and people saying that this is like the main, I guess, platform that they use to follow up with reporters. That is interesting.
Yes.
And I don't know. I mean, Michelle, have you used LinkedIn that heavily before?
Right. So I use LinkedIn primarily, but in the
Mhm.
past, we used to use Twitter a
Right.
lot. That's where
Yeah.
you would normally share your news with journalists and reporters. And I found that it was interesting that they're moving away from which is now X, that LinkedIn was number one amongst journalists and reporters. And again, I think it goes back to the product and services that you're pitching, because Instagram being so visual seems like it would be number one for some industries and some businesses. So I
Yeah.
really think it goes back to who your industry.
I will say that, in regards to getting a database of reporters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can just use the pay service from LinkedIn, which is way cheaper than these services like Meltwater, and then just pull the database of reporters from there, right? I mean, I think LinkedIn will allow you to do that, or at least you can scrape the data from their database. So there you have it. You have that platform right there of where you can pull information about a specific report. Okay, so that's one of the features of these platforms, these PR platforms. The other feature is crafting that press release, or using AI technology to actually allow you or to help you craft that press release. We can do that on ChatGPT already. So that's another knockout, I think. And the fact that you can send an email blast
Yeah.
in some cases to reporters. I mean, you can use Mailchimp for that.
Yeah.
You know,
I want to get you guys'
so
take on one of the data points that getting earned media is going practically gone. Did you guys see
yeah,
that
Right.
I
statistic?
no talk about that.
Yeah, it's like earned media is down into the low digits. Okay,
Hmm.
below like 10% as far as what PR professionals are getting, and my commentary on that is that's because there's just not enough media people still working in legacy media to be able to be interested in earned media press releases